live on YouTube. Here we go, live on YouTube. And guys, you should be able to see my slide here. What does it say? What's the title of this class?
OET Writing Week.
OET Writing Week. And we're looking at introduction paragraphs today. So I'll start the recording, guys. Microphones off, please, and we'll get down to business. All right. Okay, here we go.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, so this is Writing Week. It's introduction paragraphs. And what we're trying to do today is basically look at the students in this class, their work. We're trying to look at your work. And you've all submitted the first paragraph of this letter. And I'm going to be reviewing them today. Okay, so the basic plan, guys, is we're going to review the case notes or the case. We'll do that quickly, just in case anyone is new today. We will then look at your introduction paragraphs, and then at the end of the class, I'm going to tell you about your assignment, because there will be more writing homework. Let's start with a quick game, though, just to get us warmed up here. I always like to play the word formation game because it's very useful for you, okay? So by form, I mean verb, noun, or adjective, okay? You've got to tell me what type of word I am typing. So, for example, if I put the word pen, you should all be able to say
Noun.
Noun. And it's like a game because you have to do it as fast as possible. So, Virginia, you won that one. Okay, see if you guys can beat Virginia here. Tell me the type of word. To.
Preposition.
Preposition. Excellent. Preposition. Okay, what about or?
Conjunction.
Conjunction, Julia, very fast. Yes, or, okay. What about and?
Conjunction.
What about the?
Article.
Article. Okay, what about admit?
Verb.
What about surgeon? Surgeon.
Noun.
Noun. Okay, what's the adjective form of surgeon?
Surgical.
Oh, okay. And there's one more noun. This is a noun, but there's one more noun. There's two nouns.
Surgery.
Surgery. Okay, fantastic. So this is the game. Okay, word formation game. Okay, so I've got a list of random words here. So what about this one? Easy.
Adjective.
An adjective, isn't it? Okay, what's the adverb?
Easiest.
Easily. Adverb. Okay, so that's the adverb. The adjective is easy. Okay. Is there anything else?
Easiest.
Yeah, we can use it. What do we call that? What is easiest?
Comparison and
Competitive.
Superlative, actually. Superlative, right? Easiest. Or the comparative is easy.
Easier.
Easier, right? So we have or we have est. Okay, I'm going to do one more and then we'll start the class. Okay, now we'll do some OET style stuff. Very often OET get this mistake. So complaint.
Verb.
Noun, verb, or adjective?
Noun.
It's a noun, isn't it? And what does it mean, complaint? To tell someone...
It's not accept.
Something, yeah, you don't like something, okay? Do patients complain?
Yes.
They do.
So we might say, Mrs. Green complained that. Right? Complained that. Actually, this isn't the best word to use. Probably it's not the best verb to use, actually, complaint. Mrs. Green complained. What's better than Mrs. Green complained that? What's better?
Reported.
Yeah, maybe reported that. Stated that.
Yeah.
Reported. Stated. I just think the word complained is just slightly the wrong style, perhaps, for a formal letter. It's not that bad. It's okay, but reported and stated are much better. Now, students always confuse this word complaint with another word. What's the other word they confuse this with?
Compliant.
Okay. So compliant, guys. Noun, verb, or adjective?
Adjective.
Adjective, right? So if you make one small spelling mistake in your letter, it's actually quite bad, isn't it? Because you're changing a noun to an adjective, as well as changing the meaning. Okay, so it's really bad. That's the adjective. Last one, guys. Sorry, not complaint. Compliant, right? You see the difference?
Yeah, I was looking weird.
Even I made that mistake. Okay, so what's the noun form?
Compliant.
Compliance.
Okay. So don't confuse these. Don't say he was non-compliance. Wow. Why? He was
Non-compliant.
non-compliance is wrong because it's
No.
a noun form and we're using the be verb, right? So usually what form do we want to use with the be verb usually?
Compliant adjective.
We want to use the, do I want to use the
Not complain.
the
Non-compliant,
adjective
yeah.
form, right?
Yeah.
So change this to T. Okay. Right, this is just a game, all right? I'll be playing this probably every day this week because it's very useful to get you guys practicing using the microphone on Zoom, but also you can learn a little bit about grammar. But we're not doing that today. Today we are doing a writing class. Okay, it's a writing class, and we're going to basically review the case notes from yesterday. Okay, so if you weren't here, for example, Victoria, don't worry. We're going to review yesterday. Then we'll be looking at your introduction paragraphs. I will give you corrections and I'll give you some feedback on that. And then at the end of the class, guys, what are we going to do at the end of this class?
Second assignment.
Second, what do you think that will be, Afra?
Timeline.
Timeline, I think it was paragraph 2, okay. All right, so let's get started. What's the name of the patient? You can all shout out. What's the name of the patient?
Adam White.
Adam White.
Adam
White.
Adam White. Now, Yulia, could you say hello, Yulia? Or Amir? You can come back, Amir.
Hello.
Hello. What do you remember about Adam White?
Hello, sir.
Say that again. What's his issue, Adam White?
Sir, he has bowel cancer.
Yes, it looks like he has bowel cancer. So he's scheduled for what? What procedure?
Colonoscopy.
Okay. And how old is Adam White, guys? Everyone, how old is Adam White?
60 years old.
Not that old, I guess. Okay. Now, is this an easy set of case notes or is this difficult? What did we say yesterday?
Not easy.
Really, really hard because many parts are not very clear. All right. But we discussed that yesterday. What did we produce at the end of the class? Anyone? Maria, Puspa, what did we produce at the end of the class?
Plan.
What's this? We made a plan, right? So this is the plan. And how many paragraphs are we going to have in this letter, guys? This is an interesting question now. How many paragraphs? Should it be 4 or 5?
4.
Or possibly 5, we were saying, weren't we? Right?
Yeah.
So it's possible to do it like this, I think. Or Bianca, are you here? I think she's not here today. But Bianca, she is here. Oh, fantastic. So Bianca was saying you could take this, and she was saying we could put this into here, right? But if we do that, what do we need to do, guys?
Do another, separate them maybe.
So we can have like 2 paragraphs talking about separation, right? And this is very good advice in general. Any paragraph that starts to get very big, even a requests paragraph, remember 2 weeks ago, we actually had 3 requests paragraph because it was so big. Why are you going to make it so difficult for the reader? All right. So if you ever get a really big paragraph, chop it in 2. Okay. Now, this week I'm going to say you can choose. You can write 5 paragraphs or you can write 4. Okay. Usually I don't do that. But anyway, this is what we did yesterday. We made a very detailed plan. What was the homework, please, Victoria? You don't know this, Victoria. Andrea, Paula.
Yes,
What did I ask you to write yesterday? Go on. Sorry.
We had to make the introduction.
Yeah, we had to write this. Did you write it?
Yes,
And did you find it difficult or easy? How was it for you?
it's difficult, I think.
Okay, let's talk about difficulties a little bit now then, guys. Did anyone else have any difficulties with this? Tell me, say hello if you had difficulties.
Yes.
What were they? Tell me what they were. What problems did you have? Anyone? Grammar, maybe? Oh, it's always difficult, right? The grammar. What else is difficult about writing an introduction?
And purpose.
Getting the purpose, Geeta, right? Purpose must be correct. But I kind of gave you that here, didn't I? I did give you that in the plan. What else is difficult?
Letter type.
Ah, the type of letter. Yeah. Well, maybe you're getting confused what to say in your introduction. You know, you don't have to mention that if you're confused. But yeah, maybe you'll get it's difficult, isn't it? Because you want to put it in there. Like, she is due to be discharged. She is due to be referred. He is scheduled for transfer, right? So that's difficult, definitely. Anything else? Any other
Context. Context.
giving the context, explaining the situation, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose these are difficult. Now, let's review then. Okay, so I knew this would be difficult. Okay, but as you know, in Writing Week, we take what's called a flipped classroom approach. Does anyone know what a flipped classroom means? Flipped classroom? A flipped classroom is basically you tell students to do the activity first for homework, and then the class is like feedback. Okay, so I didn't really tell you how to write an introduction yesterday, and that's on purpose. Because you can figure it out yourself. There's many videos on our website as well. But let's talk about it now. Okay, so what makes a good introduction? I want to ask Ruwani. Could you say hello, Ruwani, or Rami?
Hello.
Hello. What makes a good introduction, please? Should it be long or short? What do you think?
Short.
Yeah, short and this is a word, concise, right? Concise just means, what does concise mean actually? Peter, Eli, concise?
Clear.
It kind of means clear, short and clear. Yeah. Also, it kind of means, what does concise mean, guys? Not too much. What's the opposite? Yeah?
Briefly.
Brief, yeah. So not too much detail. Don't give me like lots of dates. Don't start telling me every specific thing about this. It's short and concise, clear, right? This is. Let me just put this: short, concise, clear, simple, right? What else though? Is there anything else that needs to be in an introduction paragraph? Only these things?
The purpose should be immediately.
Yeah, must be immediately. Does anyone know? I'm going to quote OET now. Apparent, right? So this is a quote from OET. Apparent. What does apparent mean, guys? Apparent?
Appropriate.
It doesn't mean appropriate.
Who, where, why?
It doesn't mean who or why. That's something else. What does the word apparent mean, guys?
Needs to be
Seen.
visible at first time.
It's like clear. It's like clear. Okay. You can see it very easy. You can see it easy. Okay. What do OET mean by the purpose, though? They mean something very specific by purpose. What does that mean? Purpose in OET. Let me ask specific people here. Can I ask Petruta, please? Petruta, sorry. Or Edita. Could you guys say hello?
Hello.
What does purpose mean in OET?
It's what it's about that letter. I don't know how to explain it.
What it's about? Well, that's more like the main idea. I see what you're saying, but that's not really accurate here. Can anyone help? Anyone, guys?
The reason.
Future choice.
Well, I'm hearing reader. Okay, so let microphones off, please. Can I have Virginia, please, or Nime?
Yeah, what the reader should do.
Yeah, there we go. Should do. Okay. If that, and I guess even probably letter type as well, right? Is it a discharge? Is it that's actually also part of it as well. But the main bit, the thing that you really need to get clear about, is what the reader should do next. You know what I mean?
The reason for the.
So what is the reader going to do next? What did we say about Adam White? What's the reader going to do? Does anyone remember? Pre-procedure. Be the day surgery nurse. It's a colonoscopy. We agreed it would be pre-procedure preparation. Okay, so I'm looking for that in all of the introductions today. If that is not clear, if it's confusing in some way what the reader should do, then that's a problem in OET.
Alan, can I ask you?
Yes, yes, go on.
I talked with my sister and we was discuss about, because pre-procedure preparation in practical, they don't use so much. It could be evaluation or assessment.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We're saving that for the, that will be, let's talk about that when we get to the request paragraph. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I think we already had assessment. It could be evaluation as well. I'm happy to talk about that with you, Virginia. But for today, we're just going to keep it simple, guys. Pre-procedure preparation. Okay, that's our purpose. What makes a good introduction? The purpose must be clear in the introduction. The reader has to be able to read it and go, oh, okay, I understand. This is what I need to do. Okay, so with this in mind, guys, are you ready to look at your own work now? Or
Yes.
should we go home?
Yeah.
We're already home. We're online. Are you guys ready? Give me some energy, please, if you're ready for this.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to be very, very critical now.
Okay.
Just kidding, just kidding. I'm not. All right, look, these are the submissions. This is the first submission. On the left, we're going to have the original. Right, this is the original submission, and here we're going to have corrections and feedback. Okay. So that's what we're going to try and do here. Let's get started. I'm going to read this, okay? And when I stop, everyone actually, for the first one, everyone can just tell me what the problem is. Okay, so I read. When I stop, you can all shout what the problem is. Okay, so let's begin. 1st of August 2018. Just keep quiet if it's okay. That would be Andrea. Just be careful, Andrea. Okay, we can all hear you. All right, so 1st of August 2018, day surgery nurse, surgery centre, 100 Plain Road, Lakeside, regarding Mr. Adam White, 25th July. I'm going to stop here. What's the problem, guys?
We can put age inside.
Is that age? Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Date of birth.
date of birth.
Date of birth.
DOB. Yeah.
DOBD.
So you can do it like this. I think you can do it like this as well. Okay, so dear nurse, do we have the name of the nurse, or is it just nurse?
No, we don't
We have.
We don't have the name, do we? Yeah, I think that's right. So is it sincerely or faithfully if we don't have the name?
Sincerely.
Sincerely.
It's sincerely. Okay. So I'm writing regarding Mr. White, who visited our clinic recently for preparation of a colonoscopy. So there is a small grammar error here. What's wrong?
Preparation for colonoscopy.
For preparation, fora. Yeah, okay. Fora would be better. Do I want for here?
No.
Why don't we say colonoscopy?
Preparation.
Procedure.
Recently for colonoscopy for colonoscopy preparation. It still doesn't really sound very natural. Does anyone have any better ways to say this? Why don't we say due to? It wasn't planned, really. Well, I suppose it was due to what? A recent or due to test results, right?
Yes.
So we could say results from his what?
Recent test. Paul.
His recent. We also said
Yeah.
recent. So from his bowel test, his recent bowel test. Was it a bowel test? What type of test was it?
Yes.
This is
Yes,
our
bowel test, yeah.
results from
Positive.
his. What kind of results? Were they good results?
Positive.
Positive.
Normal.
Result. So due to positive result from, how about a recent, is it a screening test?
Yes.
Yes.
Screening. Now look, this one is okay, but it just doesn't sound very natural, guys. So I've completely changed this just to make it sound more natural. You know what I mean? I'm going to continue. You can ask me about that in a second. but I'm just going to. So he is scheduled for a colonoscopy next week in day surgery unit.
But
What is that in day surgery unit? Can anyone tell me? Is there any problems here? We need something here. Anyone?
in the
It's not the, but you're getting closer. Sarah?
In
What
your
about Hatis? Can you tell us? Rabia?
Your day surgery.
Your, thank
We
you.
can
in
say
your yeah.
Day
yes.
surgery unit, and now requires further pre-procedure assessment and management. Okay, so we're putting in management here. It's not a big deal. As we spoke about this yesterday, we don't really know specifically. So let's zoom out on this. Microphone's off, please. I can hear noise, so just be careful when your microphone's on. If you just move slightly, everyone can hear it, okay? So in general, is the purpose clear? Yes or no?
Yes.
It is, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. This thing about management, I think there's not a problem. Does anyone have any issues with this? It's not in the case notes, but we can probably management, Virginia, probably evaluation, probably assessment. We can talk about that in the requests paragraph. So
Alan?
really, this is not necessary, but it's not a problem. Go on, Bianca.
Will not be better to put and will require, because yeah,
You can put and will require, or you can put requires as well. It's actually okay.
because in a week's time, so it's not now.
But with this verb, we can use it in the present tense and still mean the future, right?
I know, yeah.
I need a haircut.
When it's planned, yeah. Okay.
Alan needs a haircut, right? It's going to happen in the future. I will have a haircut as well. So that's not an issue here. What I will say is, who's this one? Who wrote this one?
That's mine.
Who's that? Is it
Pushpa.
Pushpa? Okay, so look, my advice for you is slightly better phrasing here. Okay, and you don't need this. This isn't a problem, but you don't need it.
I think this is in the paragraph.
Yeah.
Do you know why we said, yesterday we said, do you remember, guys, why we said we don't need to say and management?
No, we gonna repeat that recused paragraph.
Yeah, so you could put management here. Does that make sense, Puspa?
Yeah.
Well, I know this is like a bit silly, but why am I saying that? What's the reason to say more here than here? Does anyone know?
Because I think we have to expand the
yeah. OET actually say, this is OET, not me, they say expand the purpose. Right? So does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Here, the purpose is very small. Why? Because it can be clear and concise. But here, right, or even in another paragraph, but usually here, we can say more things about it to make it more, give more detail. Okay, so possible. I'm just removing that for that reason only. Does that make sense?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, in general, though, this is a decent introduction. Not too bad at all. Okay.
Yeah, Alan, can I ask you one question?
Need to get a, yeah, sure. You need to get a C+, remember. Okay, so definitely good enough here. Go on, question, please.
Yeah, like recently, due to the positive result from the recent bowel screening test, I was about to write that in the timeline. So that's why in my mind, I was thinking that, but and again, I removed that thing. Yeah, first thing I was about to do
there
that,
there is always there is always this problem of repetition in the para 2.
And I was thinking that for a timeline,
Well, there's an easy solution to this. How do we avoid repetition in para 2, guys? What's that word?
Aforementioned.
Aforementioned, right? What does aforementioned mean?
Something mentioned before in the text.
Yeah, so you could say something like this, but due to the aforementioned results.
Okay.
Now it's not really repetition. Now you're just referring back.
Okay.
That's the solution.
I'm clear now.
You're welcome. Okay, so let's move on from this one, guys. This one is a nice starting one. I don't think there's many issues here. Go on, Rami. You have a question now. Rami?
Yes, please. Why you use to here? I'm writing regarding to.
So due to, it's just a...
No, not due to. You said I'm writing regarding to. Why are
Ah,
you to here?
because
Writing
Rami, we all missed it. Well done. I completely missed that error. This is an error, Rami. What should it be, guys? Or Rami, what should we do with this?
Regarding Mr. Way to direct.
It needs to not be there.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I just missed that. And no one mentioned it until Rami said. It's quite clear, isn't it? Why? Why is it not? Hussein, you just got your microphone on there, so just keep it off if that's okay. She's making a confusion between two pieces of language. Okay, thank you for that, Rami. Okay, we can say I'm writing regarding. Right, that's okay. What else can we say?
Regards to.
I am writing in regards to. Yeah, right. So we need to not confuse these. Okay, don't confuse them. That's actually a very common error that you see a lot. Thank you, Rami. That's just an error. Okay. Any other questions before we move on? Okay, let's move on to the next one. I'm going to read this again. This time I'm going to nominate specific people. So if you hear your name now, that means you've got to put your microphone on and tell me the grammar error. Okay, so please be ready. I'm writing to introduce Mr. White, who has recently received a positive result of bowel cancer screen test. Hussein, Andrea, could you say hello? It's a problem here. What do you see with here, just before this word? Can anyone guess this? Hussein, Andrea?
Result of ball cancer.
And Hussein, why is it because of which word?
Yes. Text.
Yeah, it's one screen test. Yeah, it is.
We always have our test, right? Our test.
Yeah.
Okay, so he is now being scheduled. I want to get someone else on the microphone. Thank you there, guys. Let me just get, I think Geeta's trying to get into the class. Who have I not asked yet? Paula, could you say hello? Mohammed, could you say hello? Mariella?
Hello.
Hello. Okay, so just tell me what's wrong with this next sentence, if anything, okay? He is now being scheduled for a colonoscopy. Hey, guys, what's wrong with he is now being scheduled? You guys.
Isn't being together, no.
No, not you, that's okay. Mohammed, people that I said.
I think now should be removed. He is being scheduled.
Has it happened already, or is it finished? Is it happening now?
No, it's already happened.
It's already happened, right? So we're not, he is now being. What do we need?
He was scheduled.
You say he was.
He was scheduled.
Mariella, he was, or he has. Mariella, he has.
Has been.
Has been scheduled.
Has been scheduled, yeah.
What tense is that, guys?
Present perfect.
Present
perfect.
Present perfect.
I won't go into the details of present perfect here. It's complicated, but basically it's a past action with a connection to the present moment. That's one way to think about it. Okay. So he has been scheduled for a colonoscopy at your hospital in a week's time. I like this. And will require pre-procedure preparation. I think this is okay. Does anyone see any errors here? Any problems? Apart from the article. Whose is this one? Is this yours, Bianca?
Yeah, but I didn't understood why is not good. He is now being scheduled.
So it already happened. It's finished. Remember, in the case notes, it said that the doctor already scheduled it.
Okay, I will.
So that's why.
Thank you.
Apart from that, really nice, really, really nice. We're going to move on. This is the kind of introduction that you all need to try and write. Let's try this one. I'm writing to introduce Mr. Adam White. Here's a general question. Is this wrong? Mr. Adam White?
No.
It's not wrong, no. It's not. But it's not necessary. This is fine. But number one, we don't need the dot. Why not? Why do we not need the dot? It's just like these days we don't really use it. You can if you want, there's no problem, but I never use the dot these days. Okay, so that's just a small, it doesn't really matter. The other thing is Mr. Adam White. Well, you can have Mr. White if you want to make it more concise, right? That's still very formal.
Yes.
Or you could say Miss, or you could just say Adam White. Is that formal, guys? If I use the full name, is that formal?
No. Yes, it is.
It is formal.
It is.
Yeah.
It is formal.
Just as formal as Mr., right? It's just the same, okay? So sometimes when you're dealing with a very young baby or a child, you could just use the full name. You know what I mean? Joshua Vance, for example, you can use the full name if you don't want to use Mr., you know what I mean? Anyway, I'll go into that later, okay? So this is the sentence so far. I'm writing to introduce Mr. White, who visited our clinic due to bowel changes. He's being referred to your facility for pre-procedure preparation and a day colonoscopy. What do we think about this one? Mariella, could you say hello? Or I think we've got someone called Moath here. Paula?
He has been referred.
He is being referred. Yeah, he's being referred to your facility. So this is not the referral letter. That's already been made, right? I think. Pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong here, but I thought it was already done. So rather than is being referred, we're doing has been referred. Should we double check that? Because this is the second time we've had here. Let's have a look at this, guys. Let's have a look at the case notes. Okay, where's the referral here? It does talk about the referral.
It's just for the colonoscopy day. It's just for that procedure.
This was the way I'm reading this is this happened on this day. Do you guys not see that as the same, or? We're not requesting a colonoscopy. We didn't say that yesterday, remember? We're not writing to request a colonoscopy. We're writing to tell them about the preparation that we have already made. Does that make sense, guys?
But we must refer for the colonoscopy.
The patient has required for the colonoscopy.
Yeah, but I think that's. I don't think this letter is the referral.
Oh, yes.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, of course it has been referred, but it's not this letter. That's my interpretation. Remember, we said yesterday, I was saying this is very difficult, very unclear in certain things. That's the way I'm thinking about this. Okay? It doesn't say write a referral letter for a colonoscopy. I presume the doctor would write that rather than a nurse. You know what I mean? So I think that's my thinking. Anyway, I do understand why people are making this error. It's not clear. Okay? Okay, well, moving on from this. Any other issues with this one? So has been referred to your facility for pre-procedure preparation. Do we need a day colonoscopy? Do I need that one?
No.
And the colonoscopy?
A colonoscopy.
I suppose it's okay, isn't it? There's no grammar error, but I just think we don't need it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it necessary or not?
If you just write the
No,
colonoscopy.
We could just say a colonoscopy.
Yeah.
So for a pre-procedure preparation and a colonoscopy, day colonoscopy, it doesn't really matter, okay? I'm not bothered about this. Does anyone have any problems with this one? Anything you see that you want to just ask me about?
If we had preparation of colonoscopy.
Preparation
There's
for
different,
colonoscopy.
there's different phrases we could say, yeah. So pre-procedure preparation for, yeah, not of, sir. Good try, but it would be for a day colonoscopy. Yeah.
Why we should not use, we should use a day. If you omit a day, is that a problem, sir? For a colonoscopy.
It is, yeah. It's all to do with the nouns, Hussein. So this is a noun. It's a countable noun. So you need to have either the or
No,
a.
day. It means what talks about day. D-A-Y.
You don't need that. It's not necessary. It's just adjective.
That's right.
Yeah. If you have it, if you want, you can remove if you want. Yeah. I'm not seeing anything interesting here. Let's move on. Okay. Let's have a look at this one. I'm writing regarding Mr. White, who visited our clinic today with positive bowel cancer screening test. Bianca or Muath. What's wrong? Kanchan, what's wrong? First sentence. Come on, Kanchan. Kajal, you think I'm not going to speak to you, right? Come on, there's no place to hide. Well, just put your microphone on. What do you think?
Hi.
We visited our clinic today with
Again.
again. Remember test? Remember test?
Yeah.
So where is
Before positive.
Positive.
You can think of these like these are adjectives. Think of them like adjectives, right? This is adjective, adjective, adjective. This is the noun. This is the important one. So it's our test. Okay. I don't like with though. Kajal, could you say hello?
Yes.
Kanchan, again.
Yeah, hi.
It's not with, is it? Is it with or is it?
No.
Due to.
Due
Remember I said those case
Positive
notes,
spelling test.
those case notes are very confusing because he already has the test, but he's in the clinic and the clinic don't know him. It's so strange, the situation, isn't it? But anyway, I think it's due to the reason that he goes to that thing is he had a bad test, and this is the preparation day. Okay, so due to is much better here. Otherwise, it sounds like this. If I say with, it's like this. Here's my test. You know what I mean? It's like he's bringing it with him and giving it to the doctor. So I just think due to sounds more natural here. All right. Let me finish this. So he is being referred to your hospital for, again, same problem. Anyone? Isn't it, Victoria? Yeah, right. The most common error in OET writing is probably forgetting to say ah. Is that a big problem or not? If you forget ah. Will you fail the exam if you don't put your ah in?
No.
It's very unlikely, right? Remember, how many assessment categories are there in OET? How many ways will they analyze your writing? There is grammar, like there is purpose, conciseness and clarity. Yeah, so layout, organization, right? There's many. So this is not a big deal, okay? But I just want you to have perfect language, okay? So for our colonoscopy and now requires your further care and support. Ooh, Rabia, what do you think about this? Julia, what do you think about this?
I think the purpose is not clear. It's further procedure.
The thing about care and support, this is very general, isn't it? It's very general. What does it mean, care and support? I suppose it could mean...
I don't think they ask for care.
Yeah.
No, it's not care.
Is a discharge. Is more for discharge letter when the patient goes home or home care.
And anyway, why not follow the plan? Yesterday, I explained many times that the purpose of the letter should be pre-procedure, right? This person maybe is not watching the full video, or whoever this is, be careful with purpose because you can lose a lot of marks in purpose, right? Let me say this to all of you. Let me say this to all of you, right? This is not a big deal, but this is a big deal. You can lose serious marks. Yeah.
Right? You can fail if the purpose is wrong.
If the purpose is really bad, you can lose. Let's just say you can lose a lot of marks. Yeah, quite a lot. Is that clear for you guys? Does anyone have any questions on this one before
I have a question. I think
please,
your father care and support is right.
Oh, okay.
It should be there because the problem has been already positive. So after that, now he needs could be treatment, could be any support.
Okay,
so in my opinion,
two things, Mohammed. Are you a nurse or a doctor?
I'm a doctor.
Okay, so this is the nurses class, number one. Number two, were you here yesterday?
Yesterday I was, but as I told you once, I'm at work. So
all right. So we discussed this already yesterday. All right.
Okay.
So, and I put it in the plan. Here it is in the plan. yesterday would be a good time to discuss that. Okay, I'm happy to discuss that, but it's too late. We already decided. Okay,
That's fine. I'll go through the video then later.
Go and watch it. I talk about it quite a lot. If I spend a lot of time talking about that now, then I cannot.
No, I understand it. Thank you so much.
And I'm happy to. Questions are good, so no problem with that question. Okay, so guys, let's look at this one here, and well, I think this one we already spoke about this one many times. So let's look at this one. I'm going to do this one differently. Okay. Open mic. Does anyone see any errors here? Anyone? Does anyone see any errors?
Yes, dear practice nurse.
Alina. Yes, go on, Alina.
Dear practice nurse.
Dear practice nurse. Yeah, it's not really practice nurse, is it? What type of nurse was it, guys?
Surgical nurse.
Surgery. Yeah,
Surgical nurse.
Right. So we could just change that. Was that Alina who said that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So let's change that to day surgery.
And we don't need a column after nurse.
It's actually okay if you want to put that. That's no problem. But usually we don't. We usually don't. But some people do actually do that. Okay. Let's remove it. So, dear day surgery nurse. Why am I using capitals here? Sorry, repetition.
That's the name of the department.
It's not the department, but you're almost right.
The surgery.
It's like the name of the position, the job, right?
Like a title.
Title, exactly, like doctor or something like that. Okay, so we're doing this, and then come on, guys. Alina, didn't we see any other problems here? Mohammed, Kajal, Hatis, Geeta.
Regarding.
Yeah, this is right, is it?
Stop is there.
Like, we don't need the stop, do we?
No.
You can have it like
Yeah.
that. What about like this? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay, right? What about the date? Should the date always be under the?
No, it should be in the top as well.
You can have both. It doesn't matter, right? You can have this one or this one. Both are fine. Okay. So I'm going to read this now, and then if you see an error, please tell me. But I want Victoria, if you can try and help.
Day again, sir. Why you are writing day surgery? Is it just for?
It's the title in the So let me show you. Right. This because of the capital, but the capital letters. Not many people understand that when you use capital letters. Why do we use capitals, guys?
For names, for brands.
Right?
A profession.
Names of people, names of places, names of departments. Also names of titles. Title. Like admiral, right? Admiral. What does admiral mean?
A high rank in army.
It's in the Navy, I think, yeah?
Or Navy, yeah.
Even doctor can be a title, so you use capital when it's a title, right? But would I use capital in this sentence? I need to see a doctor. Do I need capital here?
No.
It's not a name.
Not clear which doctor.
Not a name. It's just a general word, right? But if I'm going to use Hussein, for example, if I'm going to speak to Hussein in writing, I need to say Dr. Hussein, right? Because it's his title and name. Okay. In the same way, we have day surgery nurse here. So we're using that actually as our kind of beginning to the paragraph. Let's move on to look at this final paragraph, and then I will give you guys your assignment for tomorrow. Okay. Sorry about all of this moving. Okay, so I'm writing regarding Mr. White, who required a colonoscopy. Oh, Hussein, Rouhani, Paula, Yulia, who required? What's wrong?
Who requires.
Who requires?
It can be present tense or Bianca if you want. Require. It doesn't matter. Okay, so he requires a colonoscopy due to his result of bowel cancer screen test was positive. Oh, grammar problems here. Can anyone tell me what's wrong here?
Screening?
Maybe a positive result.
Positive.
What does Paul say for due to? If you've watched Paul's grammar classes, what does he say about due to? After due to.
Is unplanned.
Well, no, that's my videos actually, thank you. But it would be, can I have a verb clause or a noun clause after due?
Noun.
Noun.
So microphones off, please. Quick example, guys. This is what Paul always says in his grammar. He's 100% right. I bought a car due to I do not like the bus. That's wrong, right? Because after due to should be a
No.
noun clause. This is what's this? I do not like. Isn't Paul always talking about this in class? Verb clause.
Yeah.
Right? So this is the verb clause. Virginia, how do I change this to a noun clause?
Got you to
Where's the verb? Where's the main verb?
like.
Right? So we remove all of this and we're going to change like to, guys.
Liking.
And I needed one more word here.
Not.
Not.
Not liking.
That's now a noun clause, right? There's no subject in the normal way, no subject and verb. In the same way, guys, we have due to his bowel cancer test, subject, sorry, no, object, because it's passive, right? But you get the same idea. 1,
Yeah.
2, right? So Bianca, could you change this so it makes, so the grammar's better?
Yeah, due to his result of bowel cancer screen test being positive.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Or you can put due to a positive result of bowel cancer screen test.
Positive.
Of his bowel cancer screen test. No verbs. Yes, that's probably better. Yeah.
Can we say due to having his bowel cancer screen?
Yeah. So long as it's after
his.
Sorry, go on, Hussein.
Due to his result of his ball, again, his is, I mean, the subjects against.
Yes, it should be due to
his, yeah.
The result of his, yeah.
Yes.
So if you, maybe some of you are watching this and thinking, what is Alan talking about? Go and watch the videos on results language that Paul has, okay? And there's many examples of this. Or just go and ask Paul on Skype. Everyone, you are welcome to contact Paul on Skype. Not me, just Paul, okay? I'm just kidding. You can ask anyone on Skype. Does everyone have access, by the way, to Skype? And access to our Skype group?
Yes, I have access.
Anyone without access to the Skype group?
I don't have. No, I don't have.
Okay. It's very easy, okay? All you need to do is go on Skype, type in my full name, ALAIN, WENHAM, okay? You will see me, send me a message, say hello to me. You will see a picture of my face, okay? Now, I'm running out of time. So let's go and talk about, what are we going to talk about now, guys?
Second paragraph.
Second paragraph, okay? So most of you, I want you, if it's okay, to do it like this. All of this in one paragraph. Okay, so all of this here, you need to turn it into one paragraph. Is that clear, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you want to see a quick example? I'm not teaching this, okay? But I can show you a very quick example. Here it is. Today, Mr. White attended our clinic, having obtained a positive bowel cancer screen test, which resulted in him considering a colonoscopy. Due to having changes in bowel habits and being concerned about his family history of bowel cancer, bowel preparation was prescribed for his scheduled procedure. Although his vital signs were within the normal range, his blood pressure was slightly elevated, about which the doctor was informed. Additionally, pathology tests were conducted and the results will be received before the procedure. Okay. Now, you guys need to do something like this, but you cannot copy this. Okay. Is this good or bad? What do we think of this? Is it perfect? Do you see any errors?
It's good. It is perfect.
It's
I'm
okay.
sure.
Actually, I think this sounds a little bit unnatural, actually, this sentence here. Okay. But in general, this is a good example. Why is it good? Just quickly, why is this good?
Summarize everything in one.
It's all in one para nicely. Yeah. What
Yeah.
else?
Clear.
Why is it clear? Today, that's good. Right? We know
Due to having
we've got results language here.
Yeah.
Result in
The results language resulted in him. Due to
presenting problem as well.
Right. Lots of nice results language. We also have
although.
Yeah, this would be contrast. It's different, right? Although, despite, things like this. Do we have any addition language?
Additionally, we have.
Okay. Anything else here that you like?
About which?
About which, thank you. You're reading my mind there. Where does it say about which? This is really nice.
Yeah.
About which the doctor was informed.
So guys, this sentence is very, very useful. About which the doctor was informed. Okay. What did we tell the doctor about?
What previous
blood pressure.
Now, this is not a class on how to write this paragraph. And actually, I'm going to delete this. Okay. You have to do your own one. You can watch
we had got the picture.
You've got the main idea, right? You've got the picture, exactly. But don't copy that. Do something better than that. How about you do it better? Okay. Where will you send your homework? Email this paragraph to, what's my email address, guys?
Alan.
How do we spell my name? ALAIN. Okay. At set-english.com. Okay. So Victoria, I know you're new today. Okay. All you got to do, Victoria, is maybe watch the video from yesterday as well.
Okay.
Victoria, try to write paragraph 2.
Yeah.
Watch this video again if you want to look at my example. You can watch the video for the example. Okay.
Okay.
Email me, and then tomorrow I will review your work.
Okay.
All right. You're welcome. So guys, thank you very, very much for watching OET Writing.